So, Coach, in this episode, we want to talk about one of your key components, and it's a great one. It's the idea of taking big steps along the path to getting to where you want to be. Big steps. Tell me about that. What do you mean by that?
Well, it's something I learned a long time ago. It's not just take action, but take a massive action. So whatever we're going to do, whether it's waking up tomorrow, that's a step. But what's the massive action plan behind it? Let's dig deeper. It's not just that. Let's go into more detail. So that's where momentum comes from. If you build momentum, you can't stop. If you don't continue with it, it'll stop. It's hard to build it again. So anything that I do is like, we're going to have a plan, but it's going to be a massive action plan. For example, if I was to write a practice plan today, it's not just one. It's for the whole season. It's massive. It's detailed. It has all the intricacies that I possibly can dive myself into. And again, no more distractions. You're entirely focused in on it. It's different. It's not just like, yeah, I'd like to do something. You have detail behind it because you took a massive action toward it. And that's the key word is massive. Is to give you that mindset to, let's not just take a little step. Let's take a big one. Let's go for this. Let's if we're gonna go to want to become an actor, for example, what steps are we taking for it? We've got to take a big step toward it. Who are you going to call? Who can we talk to? How do we get this? So that's what I've done my whole life. Any steps that I've wanted to do, I took a massive action toward it, and to this day, it's proved to be beneficial to me. I won't just live with what I see. I have my own ideas, and I'll keep on going and find out where that leads me. But it's under my own terms. It's something that I personally will control. And there's the satisfaction. It's not external. It's my own internal drive to succeed.
What about the idea of taking little steps that could lead to big steps? Is that a bad thing to take small steps? Because some people say that's the way you get somewhere, is, hey, even a little step will help you. How do you feel about that, and how does that fit in with the idea of massive steps or massive action?
Yes, the small steps lead to another step, and another. But if you have that massive action plan, are you just going to take a phone call? For example, if I was in business today and I say I have to make a cold call, what steps am I going to take to pick up that phone? It is a scary process to make a phone call. Maybe I have to write something down, a script. Okay, then I gotta, what else can I do? That's a small step. It leads me to the next one. But I can add smile, humor. I gotta have laughter. I'm not just gonna make 4 phone calls, I'm gonna make 10. And then that builds, see, that's a massive action plan now. Now that I'm adding more to this conversation that I can possibly have. When I had to make a phone call to an athlete, for example, it's pick up the phone, be energetic, act like I just heard a great joke, try to build it on their side, build a relationship of banter, for example, and keep that energy going on my own. Next call, next one. It builds momentum. And but when I hang up the phone with them, I want them to feel great. Well, that was maybe a small step that I took, but it was a massive action plan to get that done.